Okay, so let us go directly into our gameplay, our game maker screen. Let me turn the logo off here. Where is my logo picture? I thought I made it a color. Let me make sure I make this a color so that yellow will always be the logos. How about that? Okay, boop. Go to game maker. It's all squishy over there in the corner. I don't want it to be all squishy over there in the corner. I want it to be over here. It can be squishy over here. I like being squishies. I think I need to open the window more. Oh, that's why. Come on. Move this to this side so that I can see it and still see you guys. So, things that we did yesterday. We did draw a new rock. I was working last night on the tile set a little bit. So if we go to the forest, no, let's just go to town. Town will be our subject for everything. Now, the new tile set that I was working on isn't in here, but I will put it in right now so that we can take a look at it. Because I do want to be able to get away from tiles that we don't have authorization to use as soon as possible. Let's see, is this the correct one? No, that is not the correct one. Go back to this one. Okay, where did I put it? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. This is not where I'm supposed to be putting it in. I'm supposed to go here. So we go here, and here is our tile. Here's the tile set we're using. We're going to update it to the new one that I was working on, which I believe is not that one. I think it's this one over here. Okay, maybe I didn't save it. Probably possible I didn't save it. So let's take a look. Nope, that's not it. Let me open Photoshop and see where I saved it to. Can you use the exact same code, or does, oh, sorry, Photoshop came up and got in the way. Yeah, oh, okay, I didn't lose everything I did. Awesome. I was like, what the hell? What was the question over here again? Can you use the same code, or does it need to be changed as well for the tile sets? No, the same code. All we're doing is we're changing the artwork out. Yeah, Sorrento's did those. Savvy Otter. Let me turn these on, and then this should be a little bit better. Okay, yeah. Save this. Export. So what I'm doing in Photoshop right now is I did not turn the layer on that has the new art. So I'm doing that right now and overwriting it, and then we can come back over here and I can reload it now, and it should have some of the new stuff that I was working on. So things I was working on were I was trying to do the let me see if you guys can see what I'm pointing at here. Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, come here. Okay, we need this here. And we need just this over here. We'll just pick something from over here. All right, so I worked a little bit on our on that and the grass and stuff. So if we go back now to our town, we now have a different grass. And I still have to work on the grass for the repeatability of it. But what this is from is I showed you guys this, I think a week or so ago. is when I went to the Science Museum, there was a aquarium there, and on the top was a real fine thing of um, moss on the top. And I took a picture of it, and that's what I put on the grass. You know, uh, I just have to fix the repeatability. So you see this line here, I have to fix that so that it's not. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer here. So you can see that there's some lines in there on the grass that need to be fixed because it's the repeatability. Like there's a line here, there's a line here, so I have to fix this. But it's from the original moss picture that I took at the science fair, or the science museum rather. So it's a good thing. Like keep your since you have your camera with you all the time, you can take pictures of things in the real world, and then come back and paint them or change them or use them for texture maps on things like that. One of the other things that I did was I started working on the wood for the buildings. So if you see the bottom part here, there's a little bit of a thing I need to fix here, but the bottom part is now the original stuff. So if I turn off the upper layer, you can see that now we have a brick for the inside. This is now all changed, although I have to fix the repeatability of it because I haven't done the repeatability fix yet. But yeah, so. And then there's little posts at the top of it now and things like that. So we're starting to change it up. It's just taking a little bit of time. Oh, they're not great yet. I'm not real happy. This kind of line thing here, I'm not really a fan of. So, but we'll fix that. It's technically an easy fix, and I have to fix some shadowing so the shadow's more consistent on the bottom pieces and fix a lot of the line stuff. But I think that's a basic grass. We can probably make it a little bit darker, and it won't look as bad as it does. It's a little too bright for grass, and we do have to do all the transition pieces with that grass. So yeah, good. And maybe we'll make a different transition piece for the water than we have for the dirt. We have to put a dirt in. I did take some pictures of some dirt, but I haven't put those in yet. But we are getting there. Getting there, and things are changing. But like I said, because we haven't picked a world, it's not a big deal that it doesn't look right. It's just temporary stuff. But changing it changes it everywhere. So that's actually kind of cool. What I might do is take these and make them just square tiles as opposed to long tiles. You know, and maybe I can't make the line any thinner because it's only a 1 pixel line, but it wasn't hard. I was just hanging out and doing stuff last night. But we do have a new rock. Our rock doesn't have a shadow, though. Why does our rock not have a shadow? Let's take a look. Let's go back to Object Rock. Hey, rock. Why you got no shadow? He should have a shadow. Let me check where his, go back to his sprite and check where his point is. Ah, it's up here. We're going to move his point down here so that we can get his shadow, since he's just a single rock. We'll put it right there. That should be centered. We'll go save. Okay. So let's see how all this stuff looks actually in a build. Let's just take a second. Keep everything kind of happy. Yes, overwrite the old one, please. Thank you. Here. Oops, that came up for a reason, Joe. Control copy. Go back to there. Yes, overwrite. and play. Oh, that's funny. You get game capture. That would be that one. It should come up right about now. Okay. So let's see what it looks like with this now in there. Yeah, see the repeat of it. I just have to fix that that line because you see like he's walking on that line in the grass. It's a little bit too obvious if we go in between, but we'll fix that. Oh, good. See, now our rocks have shadows. And his shadow does go with him. Yay! But let's take a look. So you can see now where the new artwork is in for like the, if I can walk in the door. Oh no, I can't walk in the door yet because it'll be a teleporter. I'll have to walk in this one over here. You can see that now it looks like it's splitting wood and stuff like that. And I'll have to fix the repeats that are here. These hard lines, I don't like them. Am I using Nightbot? No, I am not using Nightbot. I'm using StreamerBot, and I think StreamerBot is the only one I'm really using right now. I haven't put Nightbot in yet. I know a lot of people have suggested that since I started. I just haven't put it in yet. I was trying to get StreamerBot working first, but yeah, so that's all pretty good. That's funny. If we walk under the side, okay, we'll have to fix that. That should not happen. You should only happen when you go into the door. Oh, but he has no door, that's right. It's technically, oh. Jack Baker, thank you very much for the follower. Everybody please welcome Jack Baker V. It's working. Exploding rocks are cool. Yeah, what it is it's just like everything else. So anything that we pick up, we can explode things because we can use the bombs. So if we grab a bomb, we can throw it and it'll blow things up. Rocks just break into pieces. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Rocks will, let's pick it up. Okay, pick it up and it will fragment, but anything that picks up will fragment, and sometimes there's stuff in them, sometimes there's not. You know, so we're all good. It's basically, we're putting the system in place. Now we can use it for anything. Just like the same thing with the signposts. Is now we can put signposts up for everything, which we did the other day. We did go through and make sure everything had a signpost. This is a stable. And we can go in, and the ones with the roofs off them right now will be ones that get a room, not just the ceiling comes off and you can go in and buy things. So the ones with the roofs now is you can go in them, the ceiling comes off, you can go to the merchant and buy something, and we'll put furniture in here and stuff like that when we get to that point. But yeah, but we do have, now we can go up here. Oh, where'd our gate go? Our gate was missing. Oh, because I turned that layer off, didn't I, in the town, because we were looking at stuff. Go back to the town and fix that real quick. Yeah, I turned the upper layer off. Okay, that was stupid. Okay, it's fixed now though. And collide it's off because and we'll fix that in a minute. We reshuffled those. Reshuffled those guys. All right, let's go back up. Can we? What is he doing? Are you working? Oh, did you see that tearing? Look at that tearing. Wow. I didn't know that it would do that. Right here. You can see it tearing. I think when I came in from the top of the thing, I think it loaded wrong. So we'll reload it, see what happens. I've never, see it's tearing. It's going to tear. It is, yeah, see, it's still tearing, which means this will not work. Yep. Okay, we've crashed that out. Let's go back to this. Alrighty then. How do you get rid of those hard lines? I have noticed it's difficult to make a tile continue. Oh, you mean inside the buildings? I don't think I mean, we could diminish them, but because we're working with a 16 by 16 pixel, or sorry, a 16 by 16 piece, you can diminish them by using a lighter shade. Right now, I just did them up quick, so they look that way. Let me go back to the game here and load it back up here, and we will go into one of the buildings. So yeah, so if we were to go back to town or back to our little area, and I were to go into this one, when you say hard lines, are you talking about the hard black lines in between the tiles themselves? No, the way the tile's set up is if you look at this bottom one, anything on this side will continue to this side when it's side by side. So you're just making it repeat. The problem with this one is I had to make the top tile, this one here, 1 pixel larger than the other tiles. So you'll see it's wide, thin, thin, or sorry, tall, short, short, tall, short, short, tall, short, short, tall. And the reason why is if you look at this original one down here, is in order to keep this line here from being a double black line, I made that last tile one pixel larger. Yeah. Well, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. Is there's a lot of things you can do. So if we go out and look at the grass, what we can do sometimes, and I don't know if it'll work on this because I have to look at it a little bit closer, but we can take and make, instead of having the tile be 16 by 16, we can make it a 18 or a 19 by 19, and then grab it and have the tile in the center, grab the same tile and then overlap the pixels on that side with a little bit of a transparency on it, and that sometimes can fix it to where you get rid of these lines, because it's fixing the tile based on where the next tile is. So it does come together and it can be worked out, especially when you're using a graded pattern like this. I can give you a basic example of it. Let me see if I have a, hopefully I saved a 20 by 20 of it, but okay, well, we're going to get zombies soon. And then when we come back from zombies, I'll show you what I'm talking about. No worries. Jack asked away, but reminded to tag you're doing. Tearing, yeah. Yeah, so there was some tearing in the screen. I don't think I can repeat it, but there was some tearing in the screen. Let's see if I can go back to here. See if we can repeat it. Yeah, see, he's not in his, he didn't show up where he's supposed to, so that tearing was happening right here. So you see this little weird looking thing here? This is a little bit of tearing in the screen, which means that more than likely this won't work. Oh, it did work. It shouldn't have, but yeah. Here's our graveyard. Let's see, does everything here work? Yeah, everything seems to work here. Great grandfather. Let's see if when we go back here, does it fix itself? It did not fix. So he's not appearing where he's supposed to be. So there is some tearing going on, which you can see in the bottom of the screen there. So yeah, there's a weird thing going on here. It shouldn't be there. Basically, it's overriding this for some reason, this cell. So let me go in here and look at that one. Ah, it is incorrectly set, which means that cell moved, but that cell shouldn't have moved. So let us fix it. Boom. That's fixed. But cool beans. File save. But you can see here where the new tile set is on the bottom of the and the old tile set's on the top. So we'll be fixing that. We'll be making those things. And another thing I'm going to make is a solid one here so that when we bring these ones down, we'll put a division in them, but we'll also make one that's completely solid so it can be a solid wall. So that could work out. And then we'll put one more of these outside ones up here, and it will be happy. Thank you. Zombie has gone. I have a bad question to ask, if I may, about programming in general. It's kind of silly, but I can't help it. I always think about it. Okay, so ask. You have announced you are asking, yet you have not asked. Woke back up, but I might pass out again. Well, Troy, if you need to pass out, please do. Jack Baker, if you're out there, please, yes, please ask your question. And we will go over here. Let me pull Photoshop back up and let's take a look at whether I saved. Grab it. Open recents. Where is our grass? Okay, image. This should be this one. And view. Because we can just replace the grass. So I just need to turn the extras off, and then we'll pull Photoshop over here up. And I will show you the original picture. So here is the original picture that I took of the moss. And basically you can see it's just living moss. So it was actually kind of cool. So what I did was, I believe, apparently I didn't save it, and I probably should have, but sorry. Don't do that, Z. So what I did was, I grabbed, and I probably should, let me grab it from the middle instead. Instead of going 16 by 16, I went 160 by 160. So it's 10 times bigger than it needed to be. And I know those numbers are very small on your screen because they're very small on my screen. But I'm just going to grab 160 by 160 here. Come on. I'm not going to grab 160 by 160. I'm going to grab one. Let's see, what's 16, because we're going to make it 18. So it's going to be 180 by 180. It really doesn't matter where we grab it from. We're just grabbing it. So let's go in here. Okay. Grab that. Copy. Make a new one. New. And it'll be 180 by 180. That's our piece of grass. So what we can do now with this is, let's now double this. So let's make our canvas size. Let's say 300 by 300. And let's look at what we think is the best part of what's the best 16 by 16. In this particular case, what we'll do is we'll just grab the middle 16 by 16. So let me turn my grid back on. Maybe I can do it with a grid and it'll be easier. Okay, boop, 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 boop. We can start down here in the corner and let's do it from here. If we do something like that, which grabs the middle part, and we'll go a little bit further. Fine. Because we're using it as an example, and it's too big anyway. So okay, so we can grab that, which is the middle part. Actually, no, I would prefer to be on the actual. Let's do this. Z. We're backing away. Okay. Now we'll grab the middle part. Actually, let's do this. Gonna make it on the grid. Go. Okay, then we'll grab the middle part. Let's do this. Snap to grid. Grab that part and say copy. Then make a second. Make the canvas larger to one side, and we're going to make it the width 300. Actually, we're going to need more than that, aren't we? Yep. Image, canvas size. Just in that way, we'll make it 400. Yeah, okay. Then let's take what we just copied and put it in the center. Now, what sometimes works is if we overlay, since we know that we use the middle, we have these extra sides here. And what we can do is we can take those and okay, sorry, I forgot I turned the grid on. We'll take the grid for it here. We will copy that layer from here. And then put that in. And then we have that as a layer that we can bring over here. Now we know that this side is going to attach to this side. So we put that on there, and in our original, actually we'll put it on top because we can do that. We can then take that and change its opacity. Let's oh wow, I went off the screen. Come back up here. I need something that's not showing up on the screen. We can change its opacity a little bit. Let's go. Where are we at? Oh, shit. I didn't even have to do it there. I can just do it right here. We can bring its opacity to 50%. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, so that takes it all the way off. We can bring it to 50%. And thus minimize the transition between. So if we grab this one now from this side, and look, sorry, I'm having window problems here. Not open. We'll now take this one from that side, copy, paste, move, put it on this side, put it up at the top as well. And then we need the middle ones from here. Oops. We're just building the grid real quick here. Now this is not going to be perfect because I'm literally just running through it quick. I don't, because this is something that actually does take a bit of time to do. This is just a quick cheat sheet version of it. And all we're trying to do is minimize that line for the other one. So if we now take those top 4 and make them all 50%. It should minimize the line a bit. It's not going to be perfect, but it will minimize it a bit. So now if we just take, it's not working right. Let me do this and make this a, which one am I looking for? No, 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 no. No, that actually might just work. Our corners aren't going to work right though. Well, we'll just test it for now. We'll do a test. Let's leave them normal for now. We will make them a group though. Create a group. So our ends are now a group. We can turn them on and off. You might want to, okay, well, we'll grab this and see what it looks like. See if it works good. We'll save as or export. Export as AP, AEG, export, and then grass. Because it's just a test. Now we'll import, open up the PNG and grab our center piece, grab the center posts. Oops, forgot to turn our grid on. Snap to grid, should have worked. Grab all of this here now. Now we should be able to take that into our tile set up here and replace this one. And yes, it's going to be big, but you'll see what's going to happen here in a minute. So we're going to put that in there and it's going to be 10 times bigger than it needs to be. This is something that was expected. And we can do a T and then pull it in to just the square. Now, hopefully, with what we just did, it will minimize the repeatedness of it, but we will see. It may not work at all. Okay. Yep. So now we have this. And hopefully that will remove. Now it looks like it's actually going to make it worse. Okay, I was wrong. I screwed it up. And I'll show you what I mean. Just looking at it, you can see that it's going to be a line. There's going to be an even bigger line problem by doing it that way. So we can't do it that way. But we will still save it. We will still put it in there, and you will see what I'm talking about. Oh, systems. It is not in there yet. So let's change the sprite out. We need to move this back to here. So we can go to there. Come up here. Not the rock. Need to move that. Go here. Assets. This is going to look so bad. Oh my God, this is going to be terrible. Yeah, we made the line worse. Yeah, so you see where that actually made the line worse. No, so that's not going to work on this particular pattern because it's a true randomized pattern. Why is my timer going off? That timer should not be going off. Hang on a minute. You should not be active, buddy. What are you doing? Maybe I hit a key. I may have hit a key that set it off. Sorry about that, guys. This, yeah, the timer came up. It shouldn't have. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to blog you guys. But you see, I actually made the line worse. So if we're looking at this guy here, this line is bad. But I will figure a way to do it with a natural pattern. So, but we will get there. Also, I noticed that because I made some corrections on the trees, they're no longer on their stumps. Poor guys. Boom. So they need to be put down on their stumps. He's like, I did nothing wrong. You took my stump away. I wonder if I can do it this way. Let's see if this works. If we pick all the trees, pick them all. Let's see if we can fix them all at once. Can we? Yeah, we can. How about that? That's a good thing to remember. They're still a little high. Yep, can't do it with an arrow key. I actually have to go in and pick them up. Put them on their stumps. There we go. All right. Ah, that looks better. These guys are a little short now, but that's okay. Also have to figure out why these are blank. That should not be blank. Main tile set. Let's grab that. Oh, because there's something on the upper tile set, isn't there? Oh, we need to take that out. I must have tapped something when we were. So we want that to be a blank one. I took it out of the bottom one. Okay. Yep. So back to the upper one. Grab a blank. So that's one thing you have to be careful of, because sometimes when you're whipping things around and doing things, you'll throw a tile down that shouldn't be there. Then you have to go look for it. In this particular case, it was I put a blank tile on the upper tile set, and then didn't catch it before we went to a thing. So let's go back to town. Same thing with the guy that was over here. There was the wrong tile on there, so it was bleeding through the back, which means that it was screwing up. But we should be all good now for all of that. Yeah. Our river, we need to actually put this in place now. I think what we'll do is change it to where this is how you get out through over here. So we're going to put this here, and then that will be, the river will now be on the other side of the house. Because then we can make this the road to the faraway town. So let's do that real quick and put that in. It's pretty simple, actually. We'll turn that off because it's annoying me. Okay, that's off. Let's put our road through to there. We can actually leave that. Can we leave that? We can actually leave that like that. We'll grab one of these and then just make it a bridge across the water type thing. And it could just be a small bridge. Yeah, that actually kind of works. I do not have a switch here. I don't have a double left. Okay, something to think about. Make with one of those later. I live the happy trees. I don't know why that timer went off. It shouldn't have. Did I hit that instead of this one? That's highly possible. What happens when you get used to doing something? Let's do we need an instance. We need tiles. We need this. Grab that trigger. Where did it go? Did not go where I expected it to, that's for sure. We should be up here. Hello? Okay, let's turn some stuff off and see if it's putting it in the background somewhere. No, it's not putting it there at all. Oh, I know why. So I'm doing the sprite, not the object. That's another thing that I had to get used to with this stuff is the fact that the sprite, you don't put the sprite down, you put an object down. And that's just something you have to remember. And that does not go there, it goes up here. Now it should accept it. Unable to restore drag resource room to selected layer. Because the instance is turned off. If I turn that off and this on, it will now let me put it in here, yes. What we want to do is look at this one. Oh, there's a lot of weird shit going on here. Why is it not letting me? Oh, it is, because it's open. Where the hell did it go? How far out there is it? Its little arrow says that it's out over there somewhere. But I'm not seeing where. Close that. What is going on here? Okay, something weird's going on. What is it doing here? I'm getting a bunch of like dings, like something's broken. But I'm not seeing what's broken. Okay, I'm gonna have to close Game Maker. Let me do a save first and see if that fixes the problem. Save. Close GameMaker. Okay, so it's not GameMaker that's doing this. Something else is doing this. Sorry, guys. My computer is doing something really bizarre. I know that we're in zombie mode right now. Okay, now we're out of zombie mode. But my computer is attacking itself. It, for lack of a better way to put it, it's not attacking itself, but it is attacking itself. It's telling me that there should be an error on the screen somewhere that I have to answer, but it's not showing me that error. Save this. Sorry, I'm saving a bunch of stuff to the drives to make sure everything is saved while I try to figure out what the hell is going on in the background here. Okay, there's no warnings there. No warnings here. No warnings there. Let's pull everything away from this side. Maybe it's something underneath that I'm just not seeing. Okay, well, no. I do not want to hit Close Explorer because I'm not sure what it's going to kill. Because if I have to hard kill that, I'm hoping it doesn't kill OBS. But everything else looks like it should be working. Close window. Let's try that. That did not close the window. Okay. That is paused, so that should not be the problem. Okay, well, hopefully we can get GameMaker working again here. And then we will just ignore whatever that is for now, and I will figure it out. Assuming this loads up, which it should. Okay, we have not lost our game, so that's a good thing. I just don't know what's going on. It said something about one of my network drives, but this thing shouldn't be connected to the network drive, so I shouldn't be getting anything from it. But do you see this black line right here? Oh, no, you don't, do you? Let me, okay. Let me pull this over here. So you see this black line right here? Right here? This black line is the controller for this. So if I click on it, it should come up. Let's use this one as an example. This kind of thing should come up for that one, but it's not coming up. And it's not showing it. So if I zoom out here, because it says it's off this direction somewhere, I'm not seeing it. So that's kind of weird that it's not showing up anywhere on the screen. Because it should show up like this one here, but it doesn't. So let's see if this one does. Yeah, that one works fine. This new one we just put down works fine. This one's going to the forest. These are the numbers we need. 132, 140, 152, 32, 32, 152. But that other one not coming up is kind of a pain. Okay. So right now it'll put him on the other side of the forest because we haven't put a forest or the outer forest, this one. So what we can do is we need to put a road here to go into the bottom half of this forest. And then we'll take the road out of the other side. Um, just so it looks better. Oops, turn that off. We want that on. We want to be able to go to our tile set. Oh, all kinds of things are just disappearing on my screen here. Yeah, so something is not happy. Okay, Bolito Sepra Astro Sado. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the group. I am having some issues because not everything is working again. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're going to start all over here. We're going to close that. We're going to wait for everything to come back and see what happens. Go to our rooms. We're going to open up the forest, which is what we were going to do. We want the other one. We want the river is the one we're looking for. Okay. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off going to our little village. It's going to be a small bridge, not a big bridge. I'm going to go to a layer for tiles. Okay, I seem to have everything back working again, but I'm going to put a small bridge in here coming from our place of dwelling. I don't know what the hell happened there. That turned out really freaking weird. But oh well. Give it for like that for now. They don't walk there that often, so I'm gonna leave the plants. Just kidding. But if he comes through this way, then at least we can let's see, we go here. I'm gonna grab these guys here. Just take them and move them. Take those out. Go to our upper tile set. We're going to take these guys out. Go back to our instances. I think we need to take these guys out too. So that'll just be for now. And we're going to take that number there, which is 293, 534. 93, 534. And that actually should not be the forest. That should be our river. Okay. When he comes back, we want him to be at 32, 120. Oh, wow. Oh, Bomberg, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the higher ranks of our little village. See, now the sub worked. I don't know why it didn't work earlier. That made no sense to me. From exit. Okay, we're gonna put that there. That's gonna go back to our village. And the number was 32. I think it was 32, 120. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see if we screwed it up. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It still has a screen up that it doesn't give me a reason why it won't go down. Builds. Save. Overwrite, yes. Okay, that is correct. That all worked right. Sorry about the momentary trauma of whatever my game system's doing, but hopefully now we can go back and forth between villages. I have to go run over here. Alrighty then, so should be able to go that way. Oh, you know, when you forget the silly things, it just drives you mad. What I forgot to check, and I'm going to check it on this one first, is, okay, this one's okay, because there is no block. But in our village here, I believe I cannot walk on the block for two reasons. Number one, let's move him out of the way. Put him back over here. Number two, I think that the collision is there. Yeah, there's collision there. I need to take that collision off. It's there so he does not walk off into nowhere. And yet, we cannot make him walk off, period. So, oh, let's do a new save. And then a build. Then I will come back to you guys and talk to you. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Copy, back, please. Alrighty then. That should come up on your screen in a second. Okay. Back over here. Alrighty, so we should be able to now walk off this way. Yes. And come in here. Good. Yes. So that way we can make exiting from this side, we'll be going to our faraway town, and also we'll make this a little bit bigger, and it will also go to where the bandits village is. So let me come back over here real quick and see what I've missed. Assigns. It means the Autobots can't censor her mod. Okay, what did I miss here? There's no warning. There's no warning icon, so we're all good. VIP in the channel. That means that she has most of the same powers I have in this channel, and she can throw you out, I believe. Very important person, yes. She's a very important. The Savvy Otter is a very important person to this stream. She's been very helpful. She's responsible for our little Viking guys. She did the artwork for the little Viking guys and our shields and things like that. She's also been extremely helpful overall to me for a lot of things for the site and stuff like that. And she is in the credits at the beginning because she has made quite a few things for us, as well as taught me some things in regards to how the Twitch works and things like that, and how to fix things so where they're funnier, fun. Clear throat, first of her name, champion of the Allfather. Yes, what Sparta said. Sorry, I'm scrolling through here to see if there's anything that I. What does the error say? There's no error. That's the point. There's no error thing coming up. It just will not let me. Anytime I click on that thing, it just will not do anything. So I don't know what it's doing. It won't let me go back. It won't let me do anything on that. It won't let me move it. And I'm afraid to touch it because I could do a force XL to close. But if I do that, I don't know what it's how it's gonna affect OBS and all the other stuff. So what I can do, let me look up here, see if something's come up here. Windows Explorers. These are, I mean, I could hard stop them here. No, that's the one we're using. This one I can probably end. No, it's not even giving me the chance to end it. It just says restart. Memory, provide, So it will not even let me, will these ones let me end them? No. Task Manager. It will let me end the Task Manager, but I'm a little concerned about doing that. So while we're on live stream. Okay, so let's go back to this. So that's down. So now we can go back and forth between that. That's where he's going to the right place. This one over here should go to the median village. Yes, or the medium forest. Yes, that's correct. The bottom one should go to, I think we have it actually going to the other side of this one. Yeah, so we'll fix that. Put something down there. But yeah. So that's cool. That works. That works for me. Where is this? Ah, thank you very much. Very kind. You're welcome. Okay. Ads are coming up in 2 minutes. I missed that, but okay. You can also see on the bottom of these buildings where we have the new tile sets are in the bottom, and the bottom half of our buildings have been replaced. So yeah, that grass is going to be the death of me, though, in all honesty. I don't think we haven't put anything up there yet. We're just going across to here, which is our town. Yeah. Placeholders are all in. These will be separate rooms, which we will build. In fact, if we do that now, if we say, which one is this one? The church. We're not going to build the church right now. We'll build, well, actually, we could. Let's see, how big is it? It's too wide. So if we say, as an example, we go back in here, go to our rooms. We say we add a room, create a room, and we call that room temple, our temple. Okay. It doesn't have to be that big, so this is a little too big. But what we'll do is we'll start building it out and then figure out if it's going to be something that's okay. We're going to call this lower tile set. Okay, so that's going to be the lower tile set, and you put it under here. Okay, we're going to throw a tile set into it. And we're going to come over here and we're going to build that room out based on the size that it was. Oh, this is a wrong tile set. This is correct. Okay. Brains. Well, wait a minute while we're in this. Get caught up on what's going on here. Brains. Game is looking good. We'll get there. It's starting to come together. I do have a lot of artwork to do, and I was going to do all that artwork online, but it's just too much. So I'm going to do it offline, but we'll discuss it online. Because I want to be able to get this tile set replaced as soon as possible, and then also work on our main character, so that we get his cats out of the way. So we're not using, I don't want to use their stuff for as long as I want to remove it as quickly as possible. I have no ads. Simply strange for me. Okay. Are you a sub now? Incognito Panda. You say you have no ads. Is it because you have no ads? It doesn't say that you're a sub. Weird. 8 seconds. Okay, so looking at what is on the screen, which is weird because that's not what should be on the screen. Oh, because I haven't closed this. Let me close this. But looking at that, I'll use this example. If we look at that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 across. We'll just call it 14 across for now. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and build that room. So let's grab the front of the house. And then we can make this smaller based on what is happening. Let's grab this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and we'll put the end on because it's okay if it's a little bit larger. We can just make it an arbitrary up this way. Yeah, it's too far that way. Let's see, let's just make it that. Actually, I need to use a universal empty. Because if I just randomly pick squares at the bottom, when we start adding things into those squares, it's going to come back and go, ha ha! It's going to throw art everywhere. So we're not going to do that. Let's grab this. Okay. Now, how far away was our... Need to open the room again for town. It looks pretty deep. I think it was double is what we did. So, well, maybe it was square than I thought. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. See how I did that? I'm going to erase those. Okay, that's better. Take this up one more in the back here. That's pretty good size. Back to our town and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where the exit entrance is. Grab our doors. Okay, so that's the entrance. And then we can do this. Actually, there was something I should have done and I didn't do it. Okay, let me go back here to this. And we're going to... I forgot, in order to make sure that it gets all of the correct settings for what we did, I should not have just said create a room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that room. I know it sounds silly, but I have to do it, and I'll explain to you why as we go along here. So we're going to delete that room, and or we'll in fact, let's do this. Let's rename it for a minute. Call it XX. Okay. Now, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our original room, which is the original room is the village, and we're going to say duplicate it. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because we want to keep all of the settings for that room. So we don't have to go back and reset them every time. So that way we know that the new room is going to react the same way as the old rooms do. So now we have the temple and we have everything in it, but we just delete everything. So we know that we have all of the stuff because each of our rooms is a child of one of our parent settings. And by doing it this way, we get to keep all those settings. So let's start at the top with the instances. We can pull everything out. So let's Let's do a, look at me messing it up. Z. Let's go here. We're gonna dump everything but our guy. Everything must go sail. Boop. Then we're gonna go to collision and delete the collision. Because all we want the room, but we also want the settings for that room so that we keep all that. So all of the inherited stuff that it gets from the beginning, when we first made it, we get to keep. So that's why I'm doing it this way, because it may look silly and stuff like that, but it saves us a good 45 minutes of setting things up. So let's turn that off. That goes off. We're going to keep him in there for now. Upper tile set. Let's kill that. Oh, no, we don't want fill. We want erase. Let's go to our tile set and make it bigger so we can just wipe it all out. Actually, I thought I made it bigger. It didn't. Okay. That's all gone. Main tile set. That's all gone. And then I believe that's a sprite, so we'll take that out. I don't think we have anything in here. Oh, no, that's upper tiles. Okay, that's gone too. Okay, so now we have a blank. And we can build our church on that. And like I said, the reason why is because there's a lot of inherited things for each thing. So it now has all of the stuff that all the other buildings have. And we don't have to worry about resetting all that. So let's build our church again. Actually, no, we don't have to. What we have to do is we need to go to the other room, the XXX room. And we will grab all of that. Copy that. Then we will go back to our new temple. And it will not copy to that new temple. Okay, that's good to know. I wish it did. Let's go to our main tiles. Is it? Nope. If we go back to it, does it have it? Yes, it does. That's good to know, that if you do copy something, it will not copy to the next building or to the next section. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get rid of that since it's not going to do us a damn bit of good. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 12. Okay. Good to know. I thought it was going to be easy that we could just copy that, but apparently that's not how this thing works. Okay. It's a nicer day out there today, but it's also very windy. I think that looks better than. That's a good size. Alrighty then. So this is now our temple. Put its collision in. Oh, didn't realize I left that big. That's funny. I should take care of all of that. go back to this and put this all in. So right now I'm just going to leave it as an empty building, but we're going to attach it to the church building in our village, in our town. So if we go back to town, this is going to be for this. It's going to open up that guy there. So I'm going to go to that now, and we're going to put a teleport piece in. Turn those on. Okay, we need to fix that. His collision's wrong. Our guy would not be able to walk in there. Let's fix that real quick. Okay. I'm going to put an mirror object for this. It doesn't go on collision, it goes on instance. Turn our grid on. Variables, and this is going to go to our temple. And we forgot to get the number, so let's go back to our temple. We're going to put them about right there, which would be 86,144. Oops. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now let's go back here. We need this number here, which is 231, 159. Okay, let's go back here and go to our instance. Just a tiny door. We'll probably end up for the church. We'll probably make that a double door later when we do the final art. Because there's a couple of things that I've learned from this tile set not to do on the next tile set, because we want to be able to have more variety of how we can do things. And I know that that tile set was set up specifically for the tutorial. Oh wait, no, this would be town. And of course, I immediately forgot the number. So it's 230, 160. 230, 160. Okay, so now we should be able to walk back and forth between that and this. It should work now. Go save. It's a big empty temple. There's nothing in it. So let us go do this. Okay, let me pull this screen up here. Oh, wow. I didn't realize we were that far off the screen. Sorry, guys. Okay, this should pop up here in a second. Bloop. Okay. Okay, so let's go and... Okay, we're in town. Now we should be able to now go into this building. Yes. Awesome. Our scale's a little bit different, but we'll fix that. Okay. It is here too. The wind blew off the hot tub cover twice. Oh, wow. Well, I suggested the wind is telling you to take the hot tub cover off, turn on the hot tub, and sit in it while the wind is blowing. It is a definite sign from the wind gods that you should be in the hot tub. Oh, thank you. I drew that last night. It's I think it's for a temporary. It's great. It's something that we will probably change. It's everything's going to get changed out later. I'm just trying to replace the tutorial tile set. I almost typed the chords into chat, but I immediately doubled my numbers. Right, I doubted my numbers. Oh, the coordinates. No, no worries. Twice already. Okay, so now we have in our game, we now have one of the town buildings in, and my chords are off. Why is it putting him way the hell up there? Let us go back and look at the chords as they are in Happy Fun Time Land. So we have it at 230 by, did I do them backwards? That would be funny. No, 232 by 160. Should put him right here. Let's try 232, or we'll say 230. No, 232. 232, we'll say 232, 170. Our town. 232, 170. Is there something I missed over here? No, everything should be fine. Our town, I spelled it right. Why is it putting them up here? What's the number up here? 2. Huh. Okay, well, I think I got it fixed now. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go back into town. We are in front of the building. We go in the building. Yeah, we haven't fixed that part yet. We go out of the building, and it puts us way up there. Still. Interesting. Okay, well, we won't worry about it right now. Probably there's something that I missed somewhere, but we'll work it out. Like a dog, ha ha ha. Okay. Oh, none of this is to me. No highlights to me, so that's cool. I'll put the reminder up. Okay. E. Okay, so now we have our top off buildings and then our walk into buildings. Well, that's interesting. He didn't work the second time. Interesting. Can he go out here? You can. Maybe when he comes back, it'll work. Nope. Weird. Yeah, so we'll build these ones out because these ones aren't done yet. But it's basically what we just did, rinse and repeat. We're walking on top of this. We should not be walking on top of that. Yeah, the tile sets definitely need a lot of work. Or top offs work. Okay, so there's a bug somewhere where every now and then it throws the coordinates off. I don't know what's throwing the coordinates off. Because the spot we have him coming out at is the correct spot. But it keeps putting him up here. 232.20. Which it shouldn't. We have 170. And even when we changed it, it still put him in the same spot. So where is that coming from? There shouldn't be the only thing telling him what to do, unless let's check something here. Do we only have one of these? Yes, we only have one. Okay, that's a good sign. Make sure everything's turned on. Make sure there's not one underneath somewhere. Nope, there doesn't seem to be one underneath. Hmm. Okay, what I had to do last time. It might be a data problem. Noticed this once before. I think what I need to do is go into where our build is and delete all of this. And then go into this and delete all of that and have to rebuild everything once again. I think we're getting some data leakage somewhere from the old builds. Something's not being. I get the impression it's saving. It's not saving something that it thinks is already correct. So if we change that, which we just did, then run it, hopefully it will fix the problem. We'll see right now. Okay. Okay, puts him back here. Okay, walk in there. Well, I get it. Walk back out. Nope, wasn't that. Why is it putting him way up there, though? And why is everything stopping working when he does that? Wait a minute. Okay, so it's happening every time we come into this map. So it means that somewhere in our town map, something got messed up. And it's in the map itself. There's no code there. Okay, so there's nothing there. Our viewport should be. Viewport shouldn't affect this at all. But it is whenever we come into this map. A puzzle. We have a puzzle. Okay, yeah, we'll have to figure that one out. It shouldn't affect any of that. Weird. I forgot to ask, did you get the drain fixed? Yeah, I went out and cleared. It was basically covered in grasses. So I went out and cleared it. And what I want to look for is a bubble screen to put over it so that next time it will keep draining even if the bottom part gets covered in grass. But it was basically gloves and out there pulling weeds out of the grate. Okay, so our village is done. We have a Blight Temple. I don't know why that's doing that thing where it's teleporting them to a faraway place, but oh well. We can now delete X. Go to rooms. Delete this one. Ah, goodbye X. X has been removed. Yeah, I was lucky in that it didn't make it to the house as far as the lake in the backyard, but it is fine now. But I do want to get a mesh grate to put over the top of it just so that it's clean and happy. Add add year to it. Okay, I did. That's me talking to me. We're all good up here. What time is it? Okay. Sorry, I was not paying attention, guys. Apologize. Yeah. So now at least we have our church building is, or temple, whatever we want to. We haven't decided until we decide on what the culture is. It's hard to say whether it's a temple or a church or whatever. Could be a place where they just go and sacrifice stuff. I don't know. It is a little big. I did notice that when in comparison to walking into it. So it does look like it's a little bit big, so we can fix that real quick. Turn the collision off. And all we really have to do that is probably just do a go back to the tile set, go back here, use our cut and paste tool, select cut paste. Let's take this guy. Yeah, I forgot. You gotta actually copy it. Just move it in, probably to here. We'll move it in one, and then we'll move this one over here into in by one. That makes it look more like the shape of the room itself. And it also gives us the opportunity to move the collision back one. Meaning move it outside the wall. Well, no, not for these solid walls, but there's going to be times when we want to make that a little bit cleaner. So take this and close that, and then move it over to as I get. I'm actually glad that I'm getting more comfortable with being able to jump around this program. So I was concerned that I wouldn't catch on to it, but apparently I understand now where things from a standpoint of building stuff is in this program, but Not perfect yet, but definitely getting there. Okay. Sorry, I'm really bad. Okay, I don't know. Oh no, what it was in yesterday. It stormed here pretty bad, and it's a relatively, I guess, relatively new neighborhood, and they've put storm drains in, but there's one in my backyard, and it got clogged, and so it wasn't storm draining; it was storm laking. So I didn't know until I went and got myself something to drink during the show, and looked out the back window and went, "Oh, there's a lake in my backyard." And then after the show, I went out there and rolled my pants up and put my rubber gloves on and went out there and cleared it. And now it's all fine. It's all fine now. But what I want to do is I want to get a mesh dome grate cover for it, so that even though the bottom around the mesh will get clogged, as the water rises, it'll still keep draining off into the storm drain. So, oh, they come in handy quite a bit. I was a plumber for 9 years, so yeah, I totally get it. Before Silicon Incentives back in 1991, I was a plumber for 9 years. Yeah, so as the water rises, it will keep draining into the storm drain because the mesh will keep the plants from completely covering it. And I want it to be a bubble so that it will work. So, all right, so we got this. And what we can do for the other buildings of its type in town is really, since all these are kind of the same size, we can just copy it and name them to that building. So in this particular case, this one would be a little bit thinner, but that's okay because we have a starting point. So if we go in and we say, go to the instance, go here, this next one is our school. So school to be named later. It's going to be real easy to do that because now we have a base. We can go to our temple, and we can say duplicate, and we can call it school. Hey, when it does that, make it our school. Our shul. Our shul. Ah, so now we have a school. Boom. So we go to our school, and what we'll do is we'll make some adjustments in it. Like we'll say that this is, yes, this still goes to town, but it goes in front of the school now, which would be here. So we'll put it at 503, 175. Let's make it 500, 175. Our school. Okay, so 500, 175. And that is done. And then since the shape's different, we'll bring the walls in a little bit. Similar to what we just did, is we'll go ahead and pull this and make this a little bit closer to the shape of the school itself. So let's go to that, to our select. We'll pull the walls in on each side, similar to what we just did. So we'll just do that. We're going to have to move the door, of course, but I think that's probably about right. Yeah, that looks about right. We could do it the other way, to where we just pull it into on each side again, like we did with the other one. 1, 2. Yeah. And then go in and use our erase tool. Erase this. There, that's more the shape of the school. we'll go to our instances and grab Happy Fun Guy and say, Happy Fun Guy, get over there. He's actually in the school. And we can go back to town. We need to put down a teleport object. You'd be on the instance layer, teleport object. There we go. School 1, 2, 3. We'll go to our school and it will go to 120, 140. Huh. And that's as simple as it is to put a school in. Now we have both those. We have our school and our church, temple, whatever. So yeah, so we just need to do that for the rest of these walk-in buildings. Which I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and this one about the same size really. So we can just duplicate school and make that the this was the boarding house. So this could be the boarding house. Take go back to rooms and go to our school. Duplicate. See, it never works the way I expect it to work. That's our boarding house. Yeah, so that's all kind of good. And since we pretty much know, if we do I think if we do, we can do a copy of that. Copy. Put that in there, and then pretty much click on it and just change this to our boarding house. I think that will work. Now, one thing I did notice, you probably did too, is our collision is wrong on that building and we won't be able to get in that door. Oh, so I did not fix the collision correctly in that one. Okay. And then we need to go into our boarding house. And what number do we need here? Oh, let's go back to instance. We'll put them right there, which is 695, 175. Okay, that's about right. Okay. So now all those buildings now on the end should be good. We have, yep. And I'll be looking into what the problem is with the teleports as to why they're not coming in correctly a little bit later. Save it there. And it will come up that says it was successful. And then start it. Now all those buildings should be usable. We should be able to go right into them. Go over to the school. Woohoo, we're in the school. Teach us something. See, he's putting it up in the air too. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Going to this one. Now we're in the boarding house, which will change the shape of the boarding house. But what we're doing right now is just getting getting something in there so that we have it allocated. And it's putting it way up there too. I don't know what's going on. We'll do the same thing for the stable and for the blacksmith. I think everything else, and we'll have to do it for the store, of course. But yeah. But I do need to redraw the art so that finish the building art and then add those special pieces for extending the roofs and things like that because we don't have that in the tile set we have. But also just make it a lot easier for us to draw those kind of things. How are you liking the engine so far? I'm getting used to it. There are like a few things like that I don't understand why it does certain things. One of them is the problem that we're having with this is if I can go into a building, like say this one. No, it won't even let me go into them now. And it's interesting because does it mean that it's, I wonder if I kept walking. It seems to wipe out the map is basically it. Is I can go out and come back in. But you see he's not appearing where he is. He's actually up higher. So if I start pushing the down button now, that's how long it takes him to get on screen. So something somewhere is shifting. And in that shift, it's putting him the furthest point up on the map. So I have to figure that out. I don't know what's going on there. Didn't know that something like that was even possible. See this now, this one won't even work, even though it was already put in. This one won't work either. So my question was, has it moved? Has that point moved on the map somewhere? So even though it's coming in at when we go into something, see now this one isn't working either. But if I go out, is this one working? Nope, that one doesn't work either. I'm continuing to push upward to see if it actually goes from up above, but it shouldn't. I'm now bringing it back down. Let's see if this side one works. Side one works. Interesting. And the side one also puts him all the way over to the right. But does that mean that these ones now work again? Nope. Nope. So yeah, so there's a problem somewhere. Not sure what it is. If you've ever heard of that or seen that in the engine, let me know. Once a plumber, always a plumber, and Super Mario ain't got nothing on you. No, he doesn't. Now we're back to the Brain Boys. Where are we on all of our numbers, by the way? Okay, so we're at 12,251 followers. That is awesome. We have 14 of 150 subs. New subs, we have 190 of 3,000 bits. Mm-hmm. Okay, what is this? There might be a teleporter. The sprite stops before the transition. Maybe. Because that means that it would stop in the... Interesting. So it might be the transition may be the problem and not the actual teleport. Let's see if we can just drop... I have to remember how the transition was built. I may have to go back to the... let's see, create... Use the types. Is it changing? please stay free, blah, blah, blah. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Draw GUI. No, so it would just do, okay, black transition slide. There is no, we're getting the height, which, yeah. I have the right thing, right? This is O transition, yes. There's something on this. Okay, step. Okay, so direction. Here's where we change him. Is we change his direction. We then change his state to state transition. Then we say the transition is a slide, which is what the up and down goes, because that's the only one we built. Okay. So instance equals O transition, which is the O transition which we were just looking at. And the state equals state. Oh, it does not equal dead. So if our guy isn't dead and he's in a transition, then this is what we do. We look at the target room, we look at the XYs, we then we look at what the player's direction is, then he becomes a state of transition, and then he transcends to that room. Then we go to target room. Did you change something to be persistent? No, I don't believe any of this. I don't think any of this stuff is persistent. No, that's not persistent, and neither is. Oh wait, something is persistent. What is this? Our O transition. Oh, let's see what happens if I turn persistent off. This should be interesting. Do a save, just in case. Do a new build. Back zoom. You don't have it open anywhere. Window opens up. Go in and copy. This should be interesting. Either it's going to okay, so let's see what happens. Our slide is still there. He is still here. Oh, he's still being teleported somewhere else. Can you put print statements or logs to make sure those just pass? I could, yeah. I would have to add a reporting. We only have about 2 more minutes for today's thing, so it may be something I have to hunt down later. Let's see what happens if we go up here. Yeah, it's still throwing him up there. It's weird because it's actually throwing him against the barrier. He would actually go further if the barrier wasn't there. Or the collision, sorry, not the barrier. And then that doesn't work again. Yeah, I'll have to go back over it and figure it out. But let me turn that persistent back on, just in case it is needed. height half equals height times 5 plus 20. No, this is just the size of the transition. This is not anything else. So our problem would have to be in here, because it means that it's not picking up the target correctly. I don't know. I'll have to try it. Why do you change your transition back to persistent? I did, because I'm sure it was on for some reason before you get off. Oh, I just did. I just changed it back. But we are ending our game dev section today. This is something we will readdress tomorrow. So let's turn this off. Let's get our backgrounds all out of the way. Oh, that is our gameplay, which is up here. With our logo back up. We need some logos. Here's our game dev logo. VA Savior, thank you. VA Survive, or thank you very much for your help today. I will go over that and see what I can come up with. So there's got to be something in there that'll get it figured out, but I don't know what it is at the moment. What screen resolution have you set everything to? Oh, it's set to, I think it's just 320, if I remember correctly. 320 by 180 or something like that. It's pretty small. When you're off screen, start the test build and see if your coordinates. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, because I'll set it to print some information on the screen. In fact, wait a minute. I think it might even be down here. Let me look here a minute. So I can do I can do a debug build, and it will give me all that information. I just can't do it with OBS running, because OBS doesn't like it. But yeah, I can do some prints and find out what it's saying. Cool. Awesome. Alrighty then. Let us adjourn from game dev for right now. We're going to be going back to just me here in my pretty face. Here is my pretty face.